Hi guys, Ancient Warrior. Welcome back to Prepping and Free America. If you like what you hear here, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be the first kid on your block to know what craziness I'm talking about next, hit the bell icon. And leave comments. Tell me which way to take the channel. You know, I listen pretty good sometimes. I got a couple of ex-wives that'll tell you I never listen, but yeah, I'm older now. Listening is something I get value out of. I guess you could tell by the thumbnail art and everything I was thinking. Guys, what are the foolish saying? Well, let me tell you. I told you a few days ago about being out for lunch or supper. At the restaurant and having the conversation with the two guys and their wives. And one of them looked at me and said, "Nothing's going to happen." And then he also said, "And if we was to have a tornado, FEMA would be in here before we'd know what hit." Really? Why don't you go ask the people down in Louisiana how well FEMA's working for them, because I don't think FEMA's even there yet. Why don't you ask people in the eastern seaboard that got hit by Ida a couple of weeks ago how FEMA's working for them, because I don't think they're really there yet. You're not seeing it on the news. And generally, if you're not seeing it on the news, then it probably is not happening. And let me tell you something, Democrats love to have their faces on TV and bragging about great things they're doing. So let's talk about comments I've heard, stupid comments. One guy looked at me and said, when the scat hits the fan, he'll feed his family by hunting. Okay. We live in an area that the Emerald area is 200,000 people. Potter and Randall counties probably have another 100,000. So 300,000 people in just Potter, Randall, and Amarillo and Canyon. So when you go hunting for that, you know, there might be 300 or 400 deer out there. When you go hunting for those 300 or 400 deer, you're competing with, say, 40, 50,000 other hunters. Some who've never shouldered a gun before. They're just trying to find a way to feed their family. Well, comment I heard the other day was, we got some good lakes around here full of fish. We'll just go fishing. Again, 300,000 of your best friends all sitting alongside the banks of a lake. How long do you think the depletion of the fish will go? One guy said he'd trap rabbits. Hope he's seeing more rabbits than I am, because I drive in the country at night, and generally that's where you'll see the rabbits running across the road. I'm not even seeing that right now. It's been a little wetter year, but I'm not seeing it. I called a friend of mine who works out at Bell Helicopter. Asked him if they were still having problems with the rabbits chewing on the tires of the aircraft. And he said, "You know, we haven't seen hardly any rabbits out here this year." If you'll eat possum, there's a lot of them running around the street. Skunks too. But the problem is most of you don't know how to prepare it. One guy even was dumb enough to look at me and say, well, I'm coming to your house and taking what you've got. He says, you probably won't live past the first 2 hours of what's happening. And I just kind of chuckled and said, oh, ye of little faith. What should scare the ever-living out of most people is, I'm an old guy living in a young man's world, and I'm still surviving. Guys, prepare, prepare, prepare. I told you in a video this week about some of the shortages I'm seeing. I saw it first hand at a grocery store here in town. And let me tell you what I saw. They had a lot of garbanzo beans. 2 cans deep, and probably about an area covering 10 feet. That's all you could see was 2 cans of garbanzo beans. Guys, prepare. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Get your water supplies. Get your stuff that you need. But prepare. Because this is going to be a long, cold winter, I'm afraid. And it may be not the kind of cold we're thinking about. With the Ancient Warrior. I'm the Ancient Warrior, and you have a blessed day. And remember, it's better to have this stuff and not need it than need it and not have it. And remember, if you're prepping, you're going to live free.